Hey y'all, it's me, Taylor. We're here with the Style Center. We're going to be having a panel of photographers talk with us today. So I'm going to just start to my right here, let them introduce themselves. So go ahead.
Hi, my name is Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker Photography.
Go ahead.
Oh, Patrick Covington, Patrick C. Photography.
Hey, my name is Raphael Baker Photography.
Alrighty, so we're just going to let you guys, tell us a little bit about yourself. So we just want to know, I guess, how long have you been in photography and what got you started?
I've been in photography for 10 years now, and then it just became a passion. Like, I started off writing and kind of drawing. Yeah. And then it transitioned to photography. And once I picked up a camera, I did not want to put it down. That's kind of where
That's a beautiful story. Okay. What about you, Patrick?
Let me count. It's been 18 years now.
Wow.
18 years. I started off with landscape photography. Kind of got into it when I was young, about 7 or 8. I did the first family reunion, and the pictures came out great. And then, you transition through life and go through some things. And to me, I just started picking up the camera because it just gave me an outlet for art and then seeing things differently. So,
I've been doing photography like 8 years now. Started in 2010, I think. Yeah. I got into photography because I started with fashion design. And doing clothes, it got super expensive. And I couldn't really do it anymore. So,
that makes sense.
Wanting to still stay in fashion, I picked up a camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds so cool. So, let's just, I guess, get started with what do you guys think about the Memphis fashion scene? Y'all are from Memphis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do y'all think about the Memphis fashion scene? I have opinions on this as well.
I mean, the Memphis fashion scene is growing, and it's becoming something to be a part of. So I think that we're a good scene to start.
Okay.
Yeah.
it depends. I mean, I'm older in school than they are, so I remember it used to be a lot more then. It's picking back up now, but the thing I'm thinking, the diversity is becoming a problem now because you have just everything can be urban when you say fashion. Yeah. So it needs to be more diversity, but it's getting there. I mean, I think a couple more years we should be back where we were. Let me say it like that.
I actually think the scene is in a good place. It's growing. Yeah. Like the jacket that I have on now is from a Memphis designer, Boswell and Lily. They're actually my favorite designers here.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's definitely picking up. It's kind of where Atlanta was when I first moved. Everything was growing. Mm-hmm. It's just like now people need to come together and actually see what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah.
And get more involved in what's going on.
Yeah, I can certainly agree with that. I feel like the Memphis fashion scene has like two sides to it. Yeah. It's like you have the super urban, super trendy side, and then you have the other side where people are trying to branch out and bring back different types of colors and patterns and also intermingle that with something that still makes the clothing feel current. But it's hard for that type of stuff to be seen when all the trendy stuff is like everything that everybody wants.
Yeah, I agree.
So, what do you think is the difference between a photographer and somebody with a camera? Anybody can go.
Well, it depends. I mean, most I think for us it's art. For other people, it might just be a paycheck. Mm-hmm. For some people, they just want to look at people. But for us, it's just, it's just because back in the days, you look at photographers, they used to use their camera to solicit.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. But now you have a lot of artists, but then you have a lot of people that's just picking it up and thinking, I bought a camera, I'm a photographer. No, it's way deeper than just you buying a camera.
So what makes it deeper?
Because you need to know the technical aspects of your camera. You need to know what your camera can do. You need to, first of all, you need to have a direction of what you want to do. And you have to have a business sense. It's just not about taking pictures. It's way deeper than just taking pictures. And that's in my mind, you know. So you have to have some kind of technical aspect of how to work the camera, how to work the lights, how to deal with irate people, how to deal with business. in a whole, because if you don't have business sense, you won't be in this long.
Yeah, I agree. I think it starts with passion. Like, you have to be passionate about this art to take it further. You can be technical, that can be taught, but a passion can't be taught. Like, if you're passionate about what you do, about picking up your camera every day and learning your art, then that's a photographer.
Yeah. And I would just say working, like, picking up a camera day one don't make you a photographer.
Yeah.
Like, you got to actually, like what Patrick was saying, you got to actually put in the work, learn the technicalities of it, and just know what you're doing before you try to charge people for it.
Not that I disagree with you, but somebody who want a paycheck, they
don't make you a photographer.
They want work ethic too.
They just make you
Taking
the chick.
I think if you're really serious about it, you should, like she said, it's a passion. I mean, you go to sleep thinking about it, you wake up thinking about it. Like what I said earlier, you get anal when you ain't shooting, you get mad because you want to shoot. That's just how passionate you are about your craft. And it's a craft. This is not something that we just do for the fun of it. I can do this without money, and I'm still gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? It don't even make a difference if I get paid. This is just how passionate it is. I'm gonna go get money regardless, but I'm gonna go shoot when I want to shoot and create what I want to create, how I want to create
that
it.
makes sense.
It becomes part of your life. Like, you actually live it.
So what should people look for to be able to know the difference then?
I mean, people can always pose as whatever they want to pose as. You see that every day in everything, in every genre. So,
I can put up
people out with their camera phones saying they're photographer.
I mean,
and they actually do make money from it. Some of them, but they're not photographer, really.
It's all to me is business. Let me see your portfolio.
Yeah.
Let me go to your website. Let me see something that got more than just Instagram. If you give me just Instagram, you could have got them pictures from anywhere. Let me see a body of work. Let me see what you've done. Why are you charging this much?
Right.
Well, this is because. That's how you know the difference. And the business sense is going to tell everything. If a person can't talk to you with business sense, or they calling you at 11, 12 o'clock at night, it's not business. You know what I'm saying? You got business is business. Or if you flirting, it's done. Right. You know, it's done. That ain't business.
Yeah, I have worked with photographers like that, and I'm like, it makes the artist, if they are, a model as well, feel uncomfortable to work with their photographer.
Yes, it does.
And then you're uncomfortable about the work that you fell in love with now. And I think a lot of times people don't think about that. They just think about, I want to flirt with you.
Well, they don't care because those are not real photographers. Those are not real artists. Those are the people we just got through talking about that's taking pictures.
Well, those people as well, we want to say, need to understand that everybody has to start somewhere, but if this is something you're serious about, you can work your way up to, being able to do that. What have you noticed, Chris, I guess, as a woman, the difference, how have you experienced between in the industry, like, I guess, compared to models?
Compared to models? Well, like Patrick was saying, a lot of models come to me as opposed to a male photographer because they've gotten so many perverted photographers because they've run into photographers who aren't serious about their craft, who just want to see their body, who automatically just want them to get naked. So they feel a little bit more comfortable with the female photographer.
Okay.
I agree 150%.
Okay. So do you guys have, I guess for you, for fashion, do you have women who have told you a similar story? Nah, or do they not really?
I'm pretty chill, so I just haven't had those issues with no one, or no one mentioned anything like that to me. I mean, there have been models that we have shot, and Atlanta is a different kind of market. So there are photographers that, like, I don't want to say it, but it's kind of like that, but they get aired out too, though. So real quick. Like, it's a whole list now about photographers that's a little
I'm all for it.
Fancy.
So really quickly, we're going to take a break. So you guys will be right back. We have more questions about the Memphis fashion scene, and they're just going to tell us a little bit about what it really means to be a photographer. So we'll be right back. We'll see you in a minute. So we're back. We earlier were talking about, the difference between a photographer and a person with a camera, but you brought up making sure that if you're a serious photographer, you have your portfolios ready. So I know you all do like test shoots for magazines and stuff like that. What do you look for in photography work and in a model from one of those shoots? Go ahead.
It depends. I mean, when you're dealing with a model, I want to see if they're shot with a body of photographers, not just one. So I look at different things as the poses. Are they comfortable? Just really the whole aspect of their portfolio. Are they diverse? Are they just stuck on one thing? Because it makes a difference when you're trying to shoot different stuff. They one-dimensional. 9 times 10, they're not going to work well.
You
for
won't
you.
be able to see them in your type of
in my type of light. So I need to see, okay, she can rock this, she can do that, or he can do this, or he can do that. It just depends on the body, on the person. You can have a newbie with a new portfolio, and you can just I see a lot of potential in that person. So you just really can't say with a model. It's kind of hard because you can see a lot of potential in one person, one photo, and you'd be ready to work with them. So it just depends.
Okay. What about photography work for either of you guys? What do you look for in a portfolio if somebody's looking to work with you as a photographer?
I really
and we're talking about the magazines and stuff.
Well, you got to really be diverse.
Yeah, it depends on the magazine too. You don't want, you can't, not every photographer can shoot for every magazine.
Right.
Your work had to be geared towards that specific genre. Right. If you're doing fashion work, you need to have a fashion portfolio. If you're doing portrait, you need to have a portrait portfolio. Mm-hmm. There are people that can shoot everything, but you need to be able to show that you can do this one thing if you're going to send it to a magazine.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
I'm going to piggyback off of what Raphael said. I think that is exactly right. We have to make sure that we match up. If you are an eye candy model and you come to me as a fashion portrait photographer, we're not going to sync up well because I don't do eye candy modeling. You really have to pick a photographer based on their genre or their niche. So I think that's exactly right.
So y'all teaching me something because I didn't know that.
And just to play off what she said, eye candy models, you can't be a fashion model. You can, but you can't. It's a certain body type that is just standard. I mean, it is what it is. You can't really do anything about it. It's just the way that the industry works. Because you have models that's shapely, and they want to do fashion, high fashion, and the clothes don't come in that size. Everything is sample size. Yeah. So,
and we're not saying that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
This is how the industry is set up.
You're not going
right.
to be looked at it that way unless you're an Instagram celebrity or something.
Yeah, and
then that's
the same thing what he's saying, and with models going to calls.
Yeah,
I've been on calls with actual agents and sitting down, and a model will come in with a book, and I'll be like, "Whoa, this is fashion. You naked in all the pictures. What's going on?" Nope, can't work with you. Period. When you go into an actual on call or a call for anything, you need to have your book tailored to what's going on. If it's fashion, it's swimsuit, eye candy. But 9 times 10, like you said, most eye candy people don't have calls. Yeah. It just don't work like that. Right. It's just being real.
That's unfortunate. So what type of cameras do you all use? What's your favorite camera?
I don't really have a favorite. To me, it's just all a tool. I just need something to get the job done. Yeah. But I I mean, I've shot everything.
So you don't have a preference at all?
Nah.
That's hard for me to believe that you don't have a preference for something that you're passionate
Nah, I mean,
about.
like with video, I've shot Panasonic, Canon. Photo, I've shot Nikon and Canon. Like, it really doesn't matter. It's just a tool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm stuck on my song. I'm stuck on the song right.
I started out with a Canon. I started out with a Canon film camera, and then I kind of progressed to a 6D Canon, and then I got my hands on a Sony A7, and I just fell in love. So now I'm kind of back and forth between the two.
The Canon and Sony. Yeah. Okay. So you guys, I know y'all spend a lot of money in your craft. You have to, because again, this is something that you guys are passionate about. So with that being said, how did you create a value for your work, and what does that value represent? Like, how did you come to that conclusion? Like, was this a progression of things? Did you gradually increase, or like, how do you come to your prices that you at now?
I guess I go first. For me, like I was telling them earlier, I interned with one of the best photographers in Atlanta. So, in my opinion, right there, that adds value, because I learned so much in that experience. And then just growing on my own after that adds more value. The clients that I have, the whole client list that I have, that adds further value. And just from there, every 6 months, I feel that I'm good enough to increase my price a little bit. So it's just the work that you put in. Like, that kind of defines the value. On top of how much you spend on your equipment and your overhead costs.
Yeah. So it's progression. When I started out, then it's based off where you at. You can't say, give me 1,500 here. You know you're not getting 1,500 here.
Right.
You might get 1,500 in LA, but you're not gonna get 15 here. So every market is different, and you price value your markets based off where you at. But my work gonna speak for itself, and my name gonna speak for itself. So if you do the reference, you're gonna see what it is. I don't argue about what it is. This is what it is, and this is how it's gonna be, and I'm done with it. You know, and if you want to, I'll work with you. If not, it's understandable. I'm not gonna be mad at you.
That's right. Pretty simple to me.
But it's every market has a value, though.
Okay. So the market is taken into consideration.
Yeah, I agree with both of these guys. I'm like, I just started where I was and grew from there. That's all it was for me, was a progression. Like, I started with the little film camera, and then I kind of progressed, and I built my equipment up. And then as I built my equipment up, I built my prices up. As I got better, my prices went up, and that's just how I wrote.
Equipment,
That makes sense.
you have to pay that overhead.
Right.
It's expensive.
Yeah. So I know you guys probably have, other photographers that you watch or that have influenced you. How do you take that influence and not make it a duplicate?
Well, it's all about your personal creativity. Like, you have to be in tune to what you want to do versus what you see.
Yeah.
Everybody gets creativity from somewhere. Everybody gets inspiration from somewhere. But to be an individual, like, you take that inspiration and turn it into your own. So that's what I do. I get inspiration from all over, from these guys, from, a lot of photographers in Memphis or not. And I take it and I make it my own.
Yeah.
I started off looking at Tyrus Love. Y'all probably don't know him.
Well, I do. I do.
Yeah, but Tyrus Love was like just smiled like, man, that man there is cold. You know what I'm saying? He was like, that made me want to start shooting more and more, because just looking at his work, I was like, man, that dude there is a beast. And when I met him, he was humble. He was real cool, laid back kind of guy. I went to some of his fashion shows, like he's really doing it. And it just inspired me to do, but copying it, I know I can't mimic it. You can't mimic his work. It's just not that type of work. So what I do is I just come up with my own things. I dig into my own brain, and I just pull out my own thing that I like, that I want to see on film or, on paper, on the net, where now it's on the net. We used to print everything, but now everything in the internet. So it just depends on, how you feel about something. You dig deep for your own.
Yeah. And then, like, with me, my photography is pretty much a reflection of who I am. Like, if you look at my work, it's pretty much just everything that I love. Like I shoot a lot of denim, I wear a lot of denim. Like I shoot a lot of t-shirts, I wear a lot of t-shirts. So it's pretty much just, you can look at my work and tell who I am as a person by looking at it. And I kind of, it may sound funny, but I inspire my work. But I learned like life.
I'm gonna have to make it put that as a quote. I'm gonna have to put that one in.
Put that on your t-shirt.
Sound like a good one.
So you guys, we're gonna take another break really quickly. So we'll be back talking about more photography things, and so y'all stay tuned.
L3 Media is the Mid-South's premier videography and photography company. We specialize in capturing all of life's greatest moments. Whenever you need talented and professional service for your special events or business, L3 Media is the company for you. You can contact us at all of our social media sites. You can like us on Facebook, check out our website, follow us on Twitter, or always feel free to email us. We are L3 Media, your #1 source for all your videography and photography needs. Give us a call today.
Hey y'all, it's me, Taylor, with the Style Center. Catch us on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. on Comcast Channel 31. See y'all later. All right, we're back. So I wanted to ask you guys about editing. Is editing difficult for you personally, and do you ever share any unedited photos with clients?
No. Okay, so
She's like, that's not even a question. No.
yeah, unedited photos with clients. No, absolutely not. I always charge for editing. I always retouch every photo. It may not be as detailed, but I don't give raw or unretouched images to any client. Retouching is very detailed, and it all depends on the image and what you're going for. However, retouching can take 5 hours or it can take 30 minutes. It just depends on what you're doing. So yeah, no unretouched photos for clients.
Okay.
Yeah, and for me it's a yes and no. It kind of depends on the client. For like commercial work, I have an obligation to kind of give them everything, but at the same time they can't put out an unedited photo, and they can't even put out a retouch photo unless they pay me a license. So that kind of works in my favor. But with regular, I don't call it regular, but with people, I prefer them not to put out an unedited photo because it does no one justice, not me or them. But they're still going to do it. And with me sending them contact sheets, sometimes they like all of the pictures on the contact sheet and they want to show those as well. So they put up the pictures on the contact sheet. And that's the worst. Number one, it's a low-res photo, and it doesn't look that great. It's color corrected, but that's it.
Yeah.
But in editing, I used to hate editing, but like I've kind of got used to it now, and it doesn't take me as long as it used to. But like she was saying, it could take 15, 20 minutes, or it could take 6 hours, or it could take a few days, depending on what the image is and what I have to do to it in their skin. Like people with bad skin, that's a pain. That's a pain. Yeah.
I try not to give out raw. It just doesn't work right, but I have a gallery, and the private gallery is, you can see it. You can't download it. Just right click. You can't do nothing with it. But for some odd reason, somebody will slide their hand across that screen, copy that picture, put it out there, then there you go. So and the person look at you as, oh man, that's a bad picture. No, my logo ain't on that picture. So that ain't my picture. You put it out there, but it's not mine because my logo ain't on it. You can't stop it, but it's got worse than it used to be. Like, you used to have a contact sheet. Like you said, people just crop out that one photo and put it online. It is what it is. I don't personally like doing it, but like he said, I deal with music artists. Not editing 400-500 pictures. Here you go. Do what you got to do. Pay me for what you want me to edit. That's what I do, because they entitled to do that. Whatever they want to do with their pictures, that's up to them. They sign off on it. It's theirs. So I don't have no control over it anymore.
But yeah, like you said, if you had 500 some pictures to try to edit,
I'm not gonna do it.
Who has time?
I'm not doing it. So when you deal with, and it depends on what you're shooting too. Music artists, weddings, commercial counts. It just depends.
So yeah, if you had a wedding, then would you have to sit down and edit the majority of the photos?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, but it's not the same as like editing like a fashion shoot or a commercial shoot. It's completely different. It's more color correction and grading. Mm-hmm. It's like color correction and grading.
Yeah.
Like when you're doing like fashion edits, it's more intense. Like you're actually looking at kind of pixel people, looking at everything and going over every stroke and just making sure that it's perfect. As perfect as you can get it. But like with weddings, you want it to be perfect, but it's pretty much just like a lot of color correction. If they have blemishes, you will take that off. But it's not super intense. Okay. But with the volume, it takes a long time. So
do you prefer to do a shoot outside with like good weather or a shoot inside in the studio with like perfect lighting?
Either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
What is your personal preference?
I don't have
I shoot however you want me to shoot it, in or out. It's the quality ain't gonna change.
Well, right.
During the winter, I shoot in the studio. It's warm now. I'm shooting outside.
I go outside in the winter. It can be 0 below. I'm outside in the winter.
My God.
Sometimes I miss
as long as my model is with it.
I'll put the studio outside. Okay. Well, you guys, actually, we're going to have another segment. So next week, y'all stay tuned with us. We're going to be right back talking some more about the photography scene in Memphis and giving us a little bit more detail about if you want to be a better photographer as well. So this is Chris, Patrick, Raphael. We'll be right back. See y'all next week.